Now, uh, s- good evening. Welcome to the recap from Jupiter, a series that was making jokes about the infinite Mobius loop like 3 weeks ago, and now it's really come full circle. It really has,
Mm,
hasn't it?
I'll save it till the end. Let's just say
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Speaking of full circles, my name is Scott,
I am the Quackman.
and this episode is brought to you by Hobby Link Japan, where you can still pre-order a Gyan. You can pre-order you can pre-order the G-Fred. You have the White Gundam coming out soon, and I'm sure if you dig around, there might be some way for you to acquire a Gundam from the other side, Gundam other side version.
The Gundam from the other side. We'll get to it.
We will get there. Anyway, again, link is in the description, so that's how they know we sent you. Otherwise, we are talking about Alphacide, directed by Shinosuke Ito, who, of course, worked on episode 7 of this series, as well as My Hero Academia Vigilantes episode 5, and very little else, because he's new. I'm really liking how we've got rock stars and new guys. It's a mentorship thing. It's good to see.
I'm a
And
little
it
surprised because the quality on this episode it's up there.
I genuinely think there's a lot of mentorship going on this show that we don't really necessarily see as much in anime anymore. Mostly because the young guys burn out fast and just switch to doing mobile games where the schedules are sane and the pay is decent.
Mm.
It's unionize. Anyway, written by Yoji Enokido, who has written most of the show, and UFO Ultra Maiden Valkyrie. I'm running out of things to say this man has worked on. It's he's written too many. I have run out of things to say about him. So we open our episode at the end of the Zek Nova, and we have Nyan's reaction, the Gundam X reaction. The Gundam X reaction is what she's having. Not quite blood from the ears, not quite screaming into the void, but the Gundam X reaction for sure. And she's determined that, well, if that explosion didn't get her Shuji, then she will just have to do a bigger explosion. She's going to blow up the Earth.
Well, I'm trying to wrap my head around her rationale. It's like, okay, the first one didn't get Shuji back. Okay, fine. That's what you thought were going to happen. Look what actually happened. You took Abawaku Space Station, which is more or less the same size as um, Campe Island. Not Campe. Well, that's
Yeah,
it's also
no, it's
Campe
Kanpei
Island.
Island. Yeah, Kanpeito, yeah.
It's about the same. It's about the same size, along with an entire battle fleet. Transported them here and crushed them into a beach bowl. And then that
Yes.
beach bowl just kind of evaporated. Uh,
I bet Delas
I
was
don't think
there.
that's bringing.
I bet Gato was there.
Yeah,
It's
very
nice to
briefly
think
anyway.
about that.
Got to. Yeah, well, he survived the 1 year war probably. And he's probably an admiral in the fleet, and he's probably dead now.
Yeah,
But
no.
either way, this is what your first attempt created: a beach ball sized thing of thousands, possibly millions, people and ships and an asteroid, and it crushed it down to a beach ball. It didn't bring anything back.
It did not.
So my solution to that is let's do it again, but bigger.
Yes.
That's like me saying my foot hurts. I'm going to hit my hand with a hammer. Oh, my foot still hurts. I'm going to hit it again.
But fortunately for the people of Earth, a place we like, it's where I keep my stuff. There is a replacement, a recharge time. Speaking of keeping stuff, Otaku Builder, $20. That is great. Thank you very much. If you're on the live show, you can always give us, I don't know, not necessarily $20. Any amount is good, but $20 is a nice number. It's a nice round number. Thank you very much.
We can always use $20.
Yeah. We cut to Machu, who is running around trying to get to Nyan, and Shar just says the word Alphacide. Does not explain what that means, but then we get a fight. We get a fight between Macho and Yan, and we get more of the dancing. We get the FLCL style dancing, and we get a little flashback to Machu being mentored by Chalia, the Beard Man, because we need a little Gundam X moment, another Gundam X moment, where it's like, look, psychic weapons are still people. They're still people weapons. You got to think like a person, and that's how you shoot them down. And so she is able to revisit the time dilation zone of her first fight and just shoot all the beams out of the air and grab one and throw them. It's good. It's good stuff.
The I do like there's more than a few. Didn't really notice in the beginning, but especially the series goes on. There's a lot of Gundam X tributes because let's be honest, Gundam X was the original alternate
What if?
universe. What if you see this is directly what if you see.
I
Maybe it isn't. We'll get to it. But
I'm I have a lot of thoughts about how this and Gundam X interact, but I'm saving them till next episode. I want to see how next episode ends and see what how that goes before I draw this out even more. But yeah,
yeah, fair enough. There's a lot going on in the last episode.
there's gonna be a lot.
Just because there's a lot left over.
Yeah,
But anyway, yeah, we get
Yan and Machu realize they're fighting each other.
right. They quickly realize they're fighting each other. The grab. I do like the fact that during the battle, Machu and the G-Quux just grabs the funnel and chucks it at her.
Yeah.
Then we
Great
also
move.
realize that the Fred can just pop up more funnels somehow. Like
Conservation of mass is
she doesn't call the funnels back. She's just there's another couple.
unclear how that
Okay.
works. Unclear.
Right. So that means she's got more than two. God help us all.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We cut to Chalia back outside, where he just shoots 12 Gyans at once.
Takes out the Gyan squad, all except what's his face?
Javier.
Javi. Takes out the entire Gyan squad. It's like, aw, that was a cool looking squad. Oh well.
Yeah,
they're all dead. But they have a really fun conversation while battling through new typey madness. But we'll get to it.
Yeah. We get some exposition from the Green Base that this is going to be a real big Zek Nova this time. We're building up to something big. And
I do like she activates. They don't call it backdoor code the beast.
Yeah,
that's what I thought as soon as I saw it. It's like she takes the gun she was given by Shalia, shoots the hard drive, whatever it was, basically locking it in place, I guess.
Yeah.
Which, I'm sorry, did someone have to tell her to do that? I don't know.
Yeah, like he kind of brings up that like you're gonna have to overclock the SciCommu to open up the rows. So you figure out how to overclock it, and the answer is gun.
Yeah, just shoot it. Okay, fair enough. Hit it really hard with a gun. Little mini black holes show up on the shoulders and on the knees of the G-Quux.
Look forward to buying that add-on feature on P Bandai.
Indeed.
That's going to be the P Bandai. That's going to be the P Bandai one.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, that's to resell a kit.
That's going to be.
And when they make the master grade, I hope they include it. But anyway.
It'll be in the master grade in 15
in 5 years. Right. At least I said 5. It's a little nicer. But no, it reaches in. She's able to take off one of the panels. It's on the rose. Call it what you will.
Yeah.
And Lala inside starts waking up, and things get really fucking weird.
Things start to get weird. But before that, we get some more talking with Javier and Chalia, where they debate, what is it to be a new type? What is it to want to live in the future? New type Gundam stuff.
Yeah, I do like that back on the Green Base, excuse me, one of his underlings is like, what's he doing? It looks like he's going after Casilia. And then that other girl from the original MSG goes, that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
We got to take her out.
No, we like Chalia is here to do treason to save the rest of everything.
Right. He's trying to create a better world for new types. And she looks back and go, a true new type wouldn't do such a thing. Like, Yeah, but he is the true new type. In fact, he might be the first new type. So what do you know? Anyway.
Anyway, anyway, my no real Scotsman would ever move a goalpost. Uh,
Mm.
but Ghost Shuji shows up and says that he's got to go. He's got to go. He's got to go to Lala. He's got to help her. He's here to help her. And then Char wanders into the theater from the end of Zeta Gundam,
This
and
is where,
Cassilia's there.
like I said, things are getting weird.
Yeah.
The G-Quux and the Fred get knocked off by the explosion when they remove the last panel from the Rosa Charon, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it. They get knocked into these tunnels, which apparently everything has tunnels now. Like the
Tunnels.
colony had tunnels, the space station had tunnels, the asteroid had tunnels. Here on this giant death machine has tunnels.
This
And you're
podcast
right.
has tunnels. We're not going to use them, but we
My
have
dog,
tunnels.
my dog's right down there in one right now. It's fine.
Yeah.
He likes it down there. Hi, Charlie. But no, the ghost of Shuji, who's not dead, because we clearly see him later.
No, he's not dead. He's just a ghost right now.
Because this makes, like I said, things are getting really freaking weird at this point.
Things be going on. Things be going on.
He comes up to Machu and says, "You gotta come with me." She hops out of the gun and says, "Okay, I'm gonna follow the ghost." Neon and the Fred is very much showering it, going, "Why is it the ghost of my not boyfriend paying attention to him? That's not fair." Because sure, why not? And like you said, for some reason, the Death Star has a theater.
Look, and it's the theater from Zeta Gundam. Char and
Exact same
Cassilia.
theater.
Char and Cassilia are having an argument about new types and themes in the middle of the theater, and then
Machu drops
Machu
in.
enters in a way that is much more of her idiom than the way Camille interrupted this conversation. She just face splits right into the stage.
I thought she was dead, but they make a point saying, "Oh, you see all the stuff flying off." It's like, "Oh, okay."
It is a low grav thing. It's a low grav environment, but she still took a head injury.
But there is a great freeze frame
of
for Char and Cassilia, and she is like lawn darted right into the Cassilia and Char. Looking at the hell,
just bonk. Absolute wonderful freeze frame. I might make this my phone background.
Right.
My lock screen, just so I can have the joy of bonk.
Yes, but we find out that the blonde guy was Char all along.
As we guessed.
As we kind of guessed. I was 100% convinced he wasn't until he was. He grabs, in the chaos that follows, the Fred pulls in, like, "Wait for me!" Tears
entire
the
thing. Again, much more of Nyan's idiom than the way Shirako interrupted this scene in Zeta.
Yeah. Shirako is, it's Poptimish. Friggin' Shirako. He always make an entrance. It's cool.
It's cool.
Neon just tears down the wall and pops through.
Yeah, it's a little more of an Ava entrance. A little more Ava in the entrance.
Shuji, where are you? She pops out. Cassilia is going to shoot with her hip gun Char/Machu, and Nyan shoots her in the back with her own gun.
Yeah.
It's not a kill shot, probably kidney shot.
Yeah.
She's injured, but very much still mobile.
Yeah, you know,
being in low gravity helps that.
Yeah, I don't know how blood pressure works in low G. I think you have to wear special. She might be wearing a special outfit to manage her blood pressure. Anyway, Char and Machu escape. Machu says that this guy reminds her of Shuji. We see that we are building up a new Zeknova as Lala and the Rose start building up their power levels.
And an energy wave comes through, and Char does his first Sailor Moon transformation.
Yes, which is normally you'd really expect Amuro to be the one doing the Sailor Moon transformation, considering the voiceover thing. But no, Char's turn. Char's turn.
It is 1% Char's thing. Like, I'm almost surprised you just didn't do a pose, something, throw a V up at the camera or something. But no, he's in his Red Comet regalia, and even he's like, I guess this is how she remembers me. All right, fine, whatever.
We see the Red Gundam. We get a little bit of backstory about how Char met Shuji and gave him the Red Gundam. Uh, and Jan and Cecilia are having a chat as they bleed out, and it's about how moral injuries are rad. Actually, I understand that you have experienced a moral injury. Those are rad. You should do more of them. And
I do like that when Char asks, "Do you have feelings for Shuji?" She blushes, and so does the Haro.
the Haro is a very empathetic Haro. The Haro is always a creature of empathy, except, of course, Victory Gundam Haro, who knows only two things: no fear and kung fu.
And G-Witch Security Haro, who knows how to kill you with a machine gun.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
But yes, no, this Haro, like I said, this is the God Haro. He knows how this all ends already.
Yeah.
This might be the Haro from original MSG at this point. Things are so weird. Why not?
Yeah. Anyway, so Char hops in the in the Gundam and floats down into Terminal Dogma. We start to experience Psycommu resonance because the Rose and the Gundam have the same Psycommu, which it can only happen because of multi-dimensional madness.
Yes.
And
And
Char's just like, well, she's causing bad things in my universe, so I gotta get rid of her. And Machu's like, but she's only here to make you safe. And that's like, great for her, don't care, not a problem.
Char's like, you're not paying attention to what's happening all around us here.
This
insanity.
Is bad.
This has got to stop. She's doing this all to protect you. She's doing a pretty bad job of it. Looking around, just
look. I live in the universe, and
right.
I need the universe to be a universe for me to live in it. I can't be safe without a universe. It's not on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but maybe we should revise that. Maybe your fifth grade English teacher needs to start at a lower level on the pyramid.
Yes, well, Shuji's back, and he is 100% obsessed with Allah. He's not a ghost anymore, so apparently he was dead. He can project himself spiritually. I don't know. None of this makes any sense anymore.
We're just running on vibes right now. We're all running on vibes. People are telling us their feelings, which is good, but no one is telling us how anything is working anymore. It's just running on vibes. Speaking of people telling each other their feelings, Charlie and Javier continue to have psychic debates and shoot each other. But then Charlie is like, I have detected Cecilia getting on her spaceship. I gotta blow that up.
Right. We see that the Kira Kira is now starting to spread everywhere, and only new types can see it. I like that the one girl on the green base says, this is really bad. You see that? And everyone else says, see what? And you see it on her hands, like, this is getting out of hand real quick. And we also see that Cecilia, who has long been assumed to be a new type, is just flat out confirmed. Yeah, she is too.
Yeah. I mean, she was hearing the Lala voice back in the escape from the Psycho Gundam sequence. So yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
but yeah, she said, "Oh, do you see that light?" And the other Zeon guys are grabbing her, like, "What? Oh man, she must be concussed too. Let's get out of here."
I mean, she has lost blood. Blood.
So she might be seeing things because they're really there, or she just might be losing a lot of blood and seeing things anyway.
Shuji announces that he is also from the other side, and he is here to release Lala and unify everything. And then, all of a sudden, Jeff, is that the Undertaker's music?
Okay. So Shuji says, I'm here to destroy this universe. He also said, I'm here to end. She created this. I have to end it. It's, I'm going to end this universe that she started. I'm going to do it right now. From the Kira Kira, a certain song starts playing. I did not pick up on this song right away until we got to credits. Then immediately I had a flashback to where it came from. That is the ending theme from Char's Counterattack. The OG Char's Counterattack ending theme. Right when you see the Axis shock, it starts fading away, that song starts playing. And out of the Kira Kira comes the RX-78. Don't forget the -2 OG Gundam, not the Wing Gundam, not the Double O Gundam, not the G-Quack. No, the Gundam, capital T, capital G, 1979. Let's go!
Yeah.
Woo!
And then just credits.
Because that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
I am in favor of this. I am glad that the ending is making no sense. I am glad we have escalated to complete madness. This is suitable. I think this is more in spirit of the Eva rebuilds than the Eva rebuilds were.
This, like I said, nothing is making any sense. Like I've said throughout this whole series, I think I know where we're going. Just not sure how we're going to get there. Now that I've seen this happen, I have no freaking idea what's happening. Because it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. The only thing I can come up with, after thinking, I watched this episode 3 times trying to figure out what was going on. I'm mostly confused, but the only thing I can come up with is this is the worst plot device ever used in cinema and in television. It's all a dream. This has all been made up by Lala in a dream in that moment before she died. She used her new Type E Madness powers to create an alternate universe where Char is safe. And she's going to stay there, keep Char safe. Because even back when she showed up in Char's counterattack, she said that's pretty much the only reason she's still hanging around. No, I want to keep you and Amarillo safe. But you can't keep interfering. The hell I can.
She's a ghost. She can do what she likes. That's
Right.
how ghosts work.
It's like, go away. You should stop interfering with our lives. How are you going to stop me? Don't know. We don't have Ghostbusters in this universe.
Shuji's a ghostbuster. Shuji is a ghostbuster.
He's also a ghost, because sure, why not?
He is going to Zek Nova, this whole thing, back to square one, and we are going to find our way. We are going to find our way back on to the start of this infinite Mobius loop.
I guess. Which, by the way, Infinite Mobius Loop is literally in the song.
That's why I've been saying it this whole time. I have been quoting lyrics from this song the entire time. You have to face that destiny, Jeff.
Have you known it's coming this whole time and nobody told me or something?
Look, I have just been doing references to the song because I thought it was funny. I think it's funny that this show is about the recursiveness of Gundam as a franchise and how we keep revisiting the same plot beats and the same character types. Again, I think this is more Rebuild of Eva than Rebuild of Eva at this point. I've just been doing this as a joke, and they keep saying, no, Scott, you're right. This is the theme. You have read the themes good. I have a liberal arts degree, and I got to use it. Woo!
So you unintentionally hit the nail on the head. Well done. But yes, the only thing I can wrap my head around on this is like, okay, why is the Gundam showing up? This is OG 79. When you see the preview of the next episode, it's like, okay, is this like some redesign? Nope, that is 100% OG. Not Gundam the Origin, not 1 Year War version, not any of that.
Not Doan's Island.
0079. Nope, old school. Say, okay, there's only one reason that could be here. Lala's waking up. This whole thing is going to collapse. By the way, the name of this episode is Alphacide. That's another term used for alpha decay. When nucleuses slowly start breaking down and becoming other things. By the way, when I was reading up on alpha decay, the most common example of this is the creation of helium. Because helium is not native to our planet. The only way it comes into existence, for the most part, is alpha decay.
Yeah, but anyway, something I should point. Actually, this is really important. Is that the Japanese title is Alpha Koroshi-tachi, which is actually that's just how you say alpha decay in Japanese. That's
fair enough.
So
it's a weird translation.
They're just choosing Alphacide, and I don't know why. The other thing I should point out is the title of the last episode is That's Why I ... That's Tomino's autobiography. That's the name of Tomino's autobiography, which you can't buy anymore. You can't. It was out of print before, and all of the used bookstores in Japan just ran out of it. my buddy, I've got a friend on a Discord who is like going through every uh tangentially Gundam thing and getting them
Hmm.
translated, working with another translator to get them. He's the guy who just translated all the Zeta novels for us,
Ah.
and he was like, "Oh, I should see if I could can't get it. Can't get
Even
it."
if you could, you can't. You got 1 week to figure it out. Now, don't have enough
Yeah,
time.
not enough
Uh,
time.
but like I said, the only reason I can think the Gundam showed up is Lala's waking up. This whole universe is going to disintegrate. She only created this one to keep Shar safe. Okay, if the universe is disintegrating, we got to get rid of Shar. How do we get rid of Shar? Oh, wait. There's only one guy that can.
Yep.
I kind of wanted the Hulk Hogan music just coming when the Gundam showed up. Dun, 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 dun,
I
dun,
mean,
dun, dun.
like part of me is like, I think maybe maybe if they were gonna do the hero music, maybe it should have been Tobey Gundam. Maybe it should have been the end song from the third movie, which is a bop as well. That's a bop as well. But no, TM Network and Beyond the Time.
I would have liked that, but maybe the new Gundam shows up through that, and
Yeah.
it's old school, animation look of the new Gundam, not the modern new Gundam.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah,
that bit of
the
a what I really like, I'll say, is that, just a bit of a tangent. The last the last couple of rounds of Super Robot Wars is reanimated all their combat attacks for Zeta, Double Zeta, and Char's counterattack, basically to match the style from the Zeta new translations, and
mm,
that look is it's very sharp. It's very good.
mm. Am I the only one who doesn't like the new translations? I like the original series better.
I mean, it's new translation should have been 5 movies to actually get the plot in,
Yeah,
and that
I mean, there's a
and then
there's a couple.
also just done all the animation from scratch, because that
Yeah,
especially in the first movie, the switches are jarring.
yeah, and in the third movie, they
Yeah.
basically reanimate the final battle almost entirely, but the first half of the movie is barely touched.
Yeah,
I didn't care for it.
yeah,
No, just
and the
give me
aspect
OG
ratio
Zeta.
switches are not good.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
yeah,
it's
no.
if you're gonna do that, just redo the whole thing. Anyway,
Come on, it's the Zeta Gundam movies. They would have made the money. You know it.
yeah.
You could have justified it. But
But random
aside,
the fun, but the fun thing I've been scouring Facebook and Twitter just to see what people's reactions are. The fun thing is what everyone's trying to guess who Shuji is. I've heard everything from it's an alternate universe Camille to it's
hell,
actually Amuro's son with
yeah,
what's her face from
it is Beltor Chica's children. Yes,
right.
I've heard that one
It's like
going around.
there's all sorts of we're like that was doesn't make any bloody sense. Okay, Shuji's from the other universe, which is our universe. Which, if my dream theory is true, it's probably someone. Sorry, something going on in the background. I had to mute.
Okay.
Anyway, Shuji is probably someone we know from that alternate universe or from the original Ace UC. But what has he been doing here as a crazy homeless man? It just
You
nothing
know,
makes any sense.
I think a lot of fans are jumping on being Chan's kid or something. Uh, you know, I am deciding right now he is one of those like hapless gym guys who is also trying to push back Axis, and he's just like caught in the wave,
Maybe.
like Jagan
Nothing.
pilot number 4. Nothing special about him.
Yeah. Now, I thought I could predict, and quite honestly, for the most part of the main story beats, I've been able to predict what's going to happen in this series to a certain degree. And there's some tweaks and like, okay, how are we going to get to there? How are we going to get to there? I have no bloody clue what's about to happen in this last episode.
And
I
it's only
couldn't
going to be
begin to
like
guess.
22 minutes. They're not going to do it. They're not going to give us. It's regular TV. They're not going to give us an
Yep.
extra long episode. They're not
Yeah,
doing that.
right now, I'm starting to scratch off things. We're not going to get answers to. Who's in the Avas? I mean, the Gundams. We're never going to find
Oh
out.
yeah, the like if the Psychommus are made out of people, that's not coming up.
Right. I'm right now going back to the theory of it's Lala the whole time. She's been doing everything. If there's a Saikamu in this universe, she can do whatever she wants through it. Which kind of is kind of true in UC too, now that I think about it.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna see Chalia get his revenge. We're gonna see Javier probably survive. We're gonna see a whole lot of stuff.
My wild prediction: this is actually all a dream. It's all nonsense. She's gonna wake up and this universe never happened. We're going
Uh,
straight Dallas season, whatever it was. She wakes up and the past 2 seasons were all a dream.
my favorite speculation I have seen is someone saying that it is actually Sergeant Frog, Keroro
Ah,
Gunso, just bashing his toys together. They're gonna cut to him in the Hanada living room, just going, and then just piling more guys on.
and then the RX-78 comes in and kills everyone. It's the greatest battle ever. Sure. Honestly, I hope they do that. Just like when it's all over in Flash and you see Sergeant Frog playing with his master grades and his toys, and it's like, okay. But yeah, this was completely and utterly insane. I had a visceral reaction when the RX-78 2 showed up, even though it makes absolutely no sense. But I jumped out of my chair and cheered. I'm not sure why. I just did.
Look, TM Network, it's a bop. It's a bop. TM Network, Beyond the Time, it's a bop. This is my favorite anecdote. A few years ago, one of the major Japanese TV networks, I think the NHK, was like, hey, it's the anniversary of Char's Counterattack. We're going to play it. Basically, limited commercial breaks on a Saturday afternoon. And then they cut the song. They
You
like
monster.
they like did the thing where they stopped playing the song and started running ads over the credits. You know that split screen you get on cable
Yeah, I
sometimes. You
hate
know
that.
the one.
Everybody hates that.
They hate it. Do you know what happened? Not only
Protest.
did the head of the network have to apologize in public,
Ah,
after his apology, they played the whole song with the credits.
this is this is Little Orphan Annie ending, cutting off the playoff game all over again. But but no,
This is like this would have been a 30-year-old movie. 40-year-old movie. God, I'm old.
yeah, uh, yeah. I was thinking like OG-79. That's 1 year older than I am. Oh God. But anyway, but yeah, I was a little disappointed myself as when I first watched it, Gundam popped up. I didn't recognize the song as it started playing before the Gundam popped up. When it went to black screen, you started seeing the credits. I'm like, wait. Then it kicked in. I don't know why, but it took a minute. And it took me a minute. It's like, I know this song. Where is this song? This is from something Gundam. And finally, something my brain clicked in. Char's Counterattack, dumbass. Oh yeah.
uh, but you know what's not a dumbass move? You know what's not a dumbass thing to do?
HLJ model kits.
HLJ.com for your model kits. Pre-orders are still open on a bunch of things from G-Quux. You can also get many other things from Gundam. I hear we've got a master grade Barbatos finally coming down. Barbatos Lupus finally coming down the master grade pipes.
Finally, just give me the Rex. I want the Rex. Give me the Rex.
If the Rex is P Bandai, I'm lighting a fire. I'm starting fires.
And you better fix those banana fingers so I don't have to paint them. That was annoying last time.
I hope that's something they do make a priority for. But again, the link is in the description. Until then, until next time, next week, I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for your attention. I want to thank Otaku Builder for $20. Like, share, subscribe, and be kind to each other. Respect the universe. It's where I keep my stuff.
What about your wife?